Today, this class must hold. No matter what the devil wants to do, this is going to hold. Yes. So we are back. All right. And I trust that this should serve us now. And please confirm that you can hear me and you can see me so that we can dive into this conversation. We are talking about um, your dating plan, everything you need to know about how to create your dating plan. Now, my name is Christiana and I'm your coach for today. I'm going to be talking about how dating the right way is an important aspect of your life. It's something that you cannot um, joke about. It's something that you can't just ignore. You have to, be able to sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want as an individual in my life? It starts from there. Remember that when we started earlier in the year, we talked about your vision and your mission statement and why it is important for you to have that. It is in having that that you'll be able to know, okay, this is now how I'm going to start dating. Because I believe I'm talking to every a young girl who is of a marriageable age. You are 20 and above, so you can actually marry. So what do you do when you are dating? How do you act during your dating? Who can you date, who can you not date? Now, some of the things that we're going to be discussing are not things you are very familiar, are not things that is very palatable. They are not things that you feel is the normal thing, all right? So it's important for you to have that at the back of your mind as you come to this conversation. Now, if your cohort members are not here, make sure you go and call them to come and join us in this conversation, because it's about to get hot in here. It's about to get hot in here. If you are not with your members, bring them on board, because I don't want a situation where somebody will come tomorrow and say, Coach Christy, help me. That's how I started dating this guy, and he said this one, he said that one. This is the time to learn. This is an opportunity for you to get prepared so that you don't get swept off your feet, or whatever they say, and you start wondering, how did I get into this? Because you see a lot of mess in the name of dating among young people, and I wouldn't want that to be the case. That's why I take this class seriously. All right, take this class seriously. Now, dating is not a recreational activity. Dating is not a recreational activity. It is a purpose season of getting to know someone who you see as marriageable. So when you get to a point where you can actually start dating, it's not a time for you to now start flex. It's not education. You know how you go and play football or golf, or you go and play or you go and swim. All those things are recreational activity. But dating is not part of recreational activity, because a lot of people now see dating as a recreational activity, and they go as far as sleeping with the person that they just met. You just met somebody today and you're already sleeping with them. Why? How do people do it? No conversation, no getting to know, nothing. You just start sleeping with the person. And that can only happen if you don't have a plan. If you do not have a plan on how to you plan to date, that's when you will be caught in the trap of making such silly mistakes. You go to meet somebody for the first time and you're already going to their home. Why? Is it part of your dating plan? Is it part of what you decided that you'll be doing as you're dating? All right, so it's important that you know all of these things. So we are discussing how you're going to now begin to date properly. You are only supposed to date if you are considering marriage. If you are not considering marriage, you have no business dating anybody. If marriage is not in your plan, it's okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing for you to not have marriage as part of your plan. So why bother dating? Because dating is actually supposed to be like a vehicle that takes you to where you now begin to marry someone or not marry the person. So if you have that as part of your plan, why are you not, why, if you have marriage as part of your plan, why are you just dating incessantly? So you need to start deciding these are some of the things I will do, these are the things I will not do. Okay, these are the things I will do, these are the things I will not do. Now, if you are considering marriage and you are not ready to marry, you have no business dating anyone with, something that is going to your life eventually. So, you are not ready, and you are not ready for dating if you have not scaled up yourself. You are not ready to marry if you have not scaled up yourself. Marriage is not where you just come and then you just start playing around. No. Marriage requires that you get skilled up. It requires that you get empowered, you get equipped properly before you get into it. Now, dating is an important stage of any marriage relationship. Anybody that gets married without dating is in a very serious issue, because there are things that you should have known about the person at the dating stage that you didn't know about, and sometimes you get met with surprises. You start saying, oh, I didn't know he was like this, oh, I didn't know he was like that. Before you start needed skill. You don't want to get into a war is needed. Dating is an important stage of my relationship, and it must be properly done. You don't just date anyhow. No, you date properly, and so we are here to learn today. We are going to be looking at the story of wrong dating in the Bible. I like to use Bible to teach so that you can also know that these things are not just things that we picked up from somewhere. These things also happen even before the world began, or even before we started having civilization like we have it. People have already made some mistakes to make. Now we're looking at the story of Samson in Judges 14 verse 1 to 4. You will also see the continuation of that story in 16 verse 1, and then in verse 4 of that 16 to verse 21. That's a full story. So I want you to take note of those scriptures. You can put it in the comment section and come back to it, and then write it in your notes and ensure that you go back and read them. And I want you to start reading it with a better perspective now, because you have gotten an idea on how this whole story played out. Now, this Samson is a sorry story. The story of Samson is a sorry story. Why is it a sorry story? Because of how things played out in the life of Samson. It's one of those tragic movies that start off with excitement, with happiness, with hope, with joy, and then ends in sadness because of silly mistake that someone made. Dating mistake. Now, his story is not just a sorry story. It is also a warning to all of us. It is a warning to us about how dating carelessly can literally kill you, can literally ruin your life if you take it lightly. You face the consequences at the end of the day. So you don't just want to start dating somebody without any. That's why I say you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. You need to know what you are actually getting into. Samson woke up and decided, you know what? I just want to marry this girl. And the parents asked him, why do you want to marry this person? And his answer was, oh, it's pleased thou me, like King James will write it. What's pleased thou you, please? From where to where? And if you read the story of Samson, you will realize that he had the calling of God upon his life. Samson was actually called to do great things. He was called to be a savior, right? So he didn't just come like every other person. And let me say this, your parents did not need to have an angel come to them to say, my son, my daughter, the child you have is a special child. You are a special child. You have a special destiny that you are here to fulfill. So when you allow the devil to deceive you, to talk you into doing things that you shouldn't do, that means you are walking outside of the path of God upon your life. Samson made a terrible mistake. His mistake started from when he wanted to marry a Philistine. What happened to your kingsmen? What happens to your tribe? Now, I'm not just talking about tribe in terms of language or where you came from. People that think like-minded, people that reason like you do, people that think like you think. That's what I'm talking about. So when you a good sense of who you are, then anybody can be good for marriage for you. But if you know that the calling upon my life is not ordinary, the calling upon my life is the calling upon my life is not something I can just play around with. You begin to arrange yourself, like we say, and put yourself together and know that with where God is taking me to, there are people I cannot marry. It's not from a place of pride, it is self-preservation. Because marrying them will thwart God's plans for your life. It's not about whether they are good people or not. Someone can be good and not good for you. Put that in comment section. Say someone can be good but not good for you. Just because someone is nice. And now, if you are single and listening to me, which I believe you are, at least to the best of my knowledge, if you are single and you are just dating somebody because they are nice people, you are wrong. Oh, wrong, girl. Because neither is it the spirit. Someone can be nice and be evil. They can be nice in situations. They can be nice for a season. They can be nice for a purpose. So you need to know, okay, this is where my life is going. This is who I should roll with, and this is who I should roll with. Samson forgot the anointing of God upon his life, and he paid dearly with his 2 eyes. His eyes were plugged out. What a shameful death he had. He died a shameful death. And a humiliating one at that. Do you know how powerful Samson is? Hey, let me paint a picture for you. Somebody gathered 300 foxes. Wait, first of all, you need to go to that's in the night. Gathered them. He was not afraid. He was not scared. You know, foxes are not teddy bear. They are not cats. They are not normal dogs. Even dogs say you should fear some dogs. Talking about cats, wild foxes. He gathered them and put torches on their tails. By that means tie their torches, their tails together and put a torch that is fire, and they lit up the whole city. And then somebody went, the same guy went and hijacked the city gate. Back then, there is something called city gate, where just like borders, we have borders now, where you have to put a gate where your city starts and where your city ends, so that you will know when somebody is leaving and when someone is entering. So it's like one. He went all the way, carried the gate, went up the hill and dropped it. Climbing hill alone is a thing, but to carry something as heavy as that tells you the kind of man Samson was. Like, his energy was overflowing, it was pouring away. In Igbo, we say onike na raffle, that means someone that have excess power that is turning your stomach. You are looking for how to get it out. That's the kind of power Samson had. And in all of that, Samson chose to destroy his life for one flimsy reason. One flimsy reason. He destroyed his entire life. He died. He should have died like a hero, but he died like a nonent. He died. Yes, he killed people. The Bible said that the people that Samson killed on his deathbed, or rather during his death, were more than people that he killed in his entire life. Does that even mean anything? I mean, you eventually died with them, not like you just killed them and got away with it. He could have lived longer. He should have had a son. But there is no record in the Bible that Samson had a child or anything. He didn't even have a wife. He wanted to have what is it called now? Just a fleeting girl that he will just sleep around with and then move on. That is the danger of not dating properly, not having a dating plan. Samson did not set boundaries. He did not take precaution. He did not take care or caution in how he dated people. He was just, anywhere he entered, he would just see one brothel and enter, sleep with one girl and move on. He forgot the call of God upon his life. When you know who you are and what God has called you to, it helps you to be more careful about who you even interact with, not to talk of date or marrying. The people you interact with will change the day you start seeing yourself differently. The day your mind changes, that's the day your mind changes about who you really are. That's the day you will change with the way you see people that you interact with. There are people I can't have conversation with. Not because I am so fantastic, not that I am a perfect being, but I know my boundaries. The conversation won't even flow. What are we going to be talking about? Like, what's the conversation going to be like? That's how you see yourself. The way you see yourself will tell us the kind of people that you should roll with or not. Now, here are some of the lessons we are going to be learning from Samson. You know, the wisdom that you should have is actually in the mistakes that people made that you shouldn't make. They said that example, experience is the best teacher, right? But that's a wrong thought or wrong way of thinking. Experience is not the best teacher. Yes, experience is a good teacher, but it doesn't have to be your own experience. You can actually use the experience of someone else to learn what to do and what not to do. Like I said, Samson's story was a warning. The Bible recorded it to warn us so that you don't think that you can do anything you like with your life and get away with it. I see a lot of people saying, it's my life, do you, anything you like, your life, love yourself, blah, 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 this one, that one. And I sit down and I ask myself, these people that are talking like this, where do they eat from? Like, where is their brain? Because you can't have your brain working and you think that you can do whatever you like with your life. Did you bring yourself here? I ask. Did you bring yourself into this place, this earth? God could have actually not created you, and you would not even know that you were not created. How will you even know? If God made you a chicken, how will you know you were a chicken? Would have eaten you a long time ago, and God would have still been a good God. So I think you need to think again about some of the decisions that you make. Are they in line with what God wants? So some of you wait until when it's time to get married, and then you now want to start looking for the will of God. How about your everyday life? How about your everyday conversation, your everyday interaction? How are you living that you want when you're getting married before you start looking for the will of God? So let's look at number one. Your parents or mentors are your guide. The first lesson to learn from Samson. And I would appreciate it if you put it in the comment section so that you can have it and also write it in your notes. Your parents or mentors are your guide for life. How does this connect with Samson? When Samson was trying to misbehave, the parents said, is there no woman among the children of Israel, among the children of Judah, and there are no fine babes, right? Like we say it today. And there are no fine babes that you can actually get married to. Why does it have to be someone from the Philistine, my son? And you know what Samson said? It pleased thou me. More like, I want to do what I want to do. I want my love with my life. It is my life. It is my life. I do what I want to do. That's how you could say it, right? It is not your life. You are living a borrowed life. You do not have any life. The life you are living now is a borrowed life. You can't date in secret though. You cannot date in secret. Because if you date in secret, you will be bitten by a snake. because you won't be seen. You need to have an eye. You need to have someone as an eye for you, so that even the things you cannot see, they'll be able to help you see it better. So you need someone to be your eyes. Someone who is an authority in your life must be aware of who you are dating. You cannot be dating in secrecy. You can't. You can't date in secret. You have to date. Yes, you can keep your dating private, but it shouldn't be a secret. And there are two different things. Dating in privacy means that the whole world does not need to know that you're dating this person, because you are not yet sure that you are going to marry them until you are sure. But dating in secret is that, you just be covering up, nobody has to go and see them. You do this, you do that, do that. Those things. When I was dating my husband, my mentor, my sibling knew that I was dating him. It wasn't a secret. The one that I wanted to keep a secret, was actually a thorn in my flesh, and I eventually ended it because it was doing me no good. It was doing me no good. So you have no business dating in secret. Number two, you can't choose a spouse based on just frivolous qualities like outward appearance. Oh, he looks good, he has six-pack. Oh my God, he has six-pack, Abby. Something can just happen and those six-packs will be gone. Someone can have six-pack and still give you backhand. You don't choose just based on physical appearance. Oh, he makes me feel good. I just look at him and I smile. Oh, I just love the way he looks. Oh, for the men, they will. Oh, she has a good figure. You don't now adjust your body or touching your body parts and doing surgeries in plain terms. BBL, Brazilian butt lift. That's what they call it. And oh my goodness, this whole thing, when it will come back to haunt us, it's gonna be crazy. This idea that you need to pad your buttocks, you need to pad up your brain, you need to lift your buttocks to be a certain way, because we have turned our eyes from what really matters to what doesn't make any sense. Please, Obi Ezekwesili, how many figure 8 does she have? What's her name? The World Trade Organization president, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. How figure 8 is she? I want to know, because some of these things I don't really get it. She needs to have shape now so that they can qualify her to be in that position. Someone that does not have good shape, that does not have flat tummy, is not supposed to be a World Trade Organization president or director. So how come she's the one leading and the people that have the figure 8 are following her behind? And the funny thing about the woman is that she doesn't even wear corporate. Hardly will you see that woman on corporate. Once she rock down her ankara with her hair tie starting from here and stop here, no makeup, nothing. You don't like her, it's your business. She's moving. Is she touching lives? Big time. The people that are dying to use. I heard some figure yesterday and my head blew off. Someone that did BBL. 2 ladies actually. One did one of it for 12 million naira, and then the second one for 8 million. She did twice and she's ready to do more. The other one sat 7-8 years ago. What am I talking about? 2000 and she mentioned she did hers 2018. I'll be 2017. That she did it for 7,000 plus pounds, 7,400 euros, either Europe or pounds, I don't know. But do you know what that money was worth as her then? Money that she would have invested. If she invested in a business, in real estate, do you know how far she would have gone by now? I'm talking about foreign currency. This girl is proud to show the body as an achievement. And people are following her. People like you are following her on TikTok. I will not call her name. So you're not going to start looking for her. And I will not do free adverts for her. But what am I talking about? Or what am I trying to say? We have moved from the real deals to frivolous things. So right now, but you don't need to have good character. Just have good shape. And you know the funny part, people that do that most times are people that feel like they don't look good on the facial appearance, so they want to use their body shape to make up for the face they don't have. So God, you did not know what you were doing when you created me, so let me help myself and make myself beautiful. Since you did not know that, you should have added some flesh here, added some flesh here, remove flesh here, trim this place, and then mold me the way I should be. And someone actually said that God is a plastic surgeon. Hey, Mogbe, my goodness. Just so she can market the concept of cosmetic surgery being the in thing and being a healthy thing to adopt, being something that you need to feel okay. So she had to say that God is a plastic surgeon. I don't know. Sometimes you need to be very careful what you are watching online. Very, very extremely careful, because you can eat that bush, you will not know. And then someone is asking them, if there was no social media, do you think you would have actually done what you did? And the answer is no, because it is the competition we have created. Who has good shape? You come on TikTok and turn your back shape and turn your side, and show us what you've got, show what your mommy gave you, and the one the doctors gave you. So now it's not what mommy gave you, it's not the one that the doctors gave you. That's the one we are celebrating. In fact, I don't even know, when I'm not working on it, I'm not suspicious of everybody. Anybody that looks too good to be natural, I'll just be like, let's say this one, don't go touch her more, because I don't really trust these things. It doesn't look natural. It's like you have taught something here, because and it's true, you don't know who has real body again. People are literally working on plastic because they have changed. You have focused more on the minor. You are minoring on the major and majoring on the minor. You have not dealt with your smelling, disgusting character. Your focus is how to look good. And they'll say men don't want somebody that is natural again. They always want people that are pounded up, people that did BBL. Which kind of men is that? Because like attract like, actually. So the reason why you think so is because you have attracted men that think like that. You are dealing with people who also think like you. Yes, that's the kind of people you roll with. That's the kind of people you've attracted. Because a president will not be looking for a wife that has good shape. You want a wife that can give you sense, who can suggest something meaningful, who can sit in board meetings, who can make suggestions that will help move the nation forward. Nobody is going to look for your shape. They can only take you to the bedroom. They won't take you to the boardroom. Do all the BBA that you want. The last place you will stop is at the door of the bedroom. You'll be good there, yes. You'll be the cheerleader, but you won't enter where it really matters. Where decisions are made, you are not going to enter there. The boardroom is reserved for people that have sense, that think. People whose beauty are more in their head more than it is in their body. I don't want you to look at me and evaluate me, how good I will be in bed. That will be a failure. The day a man thinks about that about me, I am a failure. I must go back and look at myself again. If you look at me, you should want to hear me, to know the kind of wisdom that I carry. Not that you'll be looking at me based on my shape, my figure, how good I am looking, how my everywhere contour is contouring. Go to the gym, you will not go. You want to get the shortcut, and you will spend. Some of them die, and you don't hear the story. I have deviated a lot. Is someone feeling the fire already? Because this is not part of my script. I did not plan to say this, and I guess it's for someone. And if it is for you, please Take it as the Holy Spirit has delivered it to you, and do whatever He's leading you or laying in your heart to do. I have no intent saying this before now. Take it and roll with it. So don't look at the physical appearance. Don't look at the physical. If you follow the frivolous things, you miss it. You would miss it. You need to look at the things that are inward. Look beyond the physical things, the physical look or the material things. Because another thing is, women want someone who has, who will solve all their generational problem. And so they will not pay attention to the qualities that the man has. Don't major in minor and minor in major while dating. Look at the real things. Gone are the days when you will marry just because they really take care of you. Someone appears to take care of you. I think, oh, let me just marry them or whatever. No, you should actually. Are you not taking care of yourself? Are you a homeless person? Are you a motherless baby's candidate that you will be looking at someone that just because he bought you ice cream and took you to whatever is eatery that is in rain where you are? That's the least of your worry. That's a low-hanging fruit. Your focus should be, on the major things. Because if you grade a man based on, oh, he takes care of me, am I saying that your man should not take care? Oh, please. That's not what I'm saying. The only thing should not be that he's going to take. He used to take care of me. He used to buy me. He used to call me. That's all. Oh, do you know that men are hunters? When they are hunting for you, they will do they will bring out all their arsenal, all their, ammunitions. Is that what they call it? Ammunitions, just to get you. But when they get you on the side, they put you by the side. It will take a responsible man to actually know that even though I've gotten my wife, I need to still continue to chase her. I need to continue to chase her. So you should be taking care of yourself before a man comes. It's a man that will come and start showing you what it means to take care of you. You shouldn't be tattered and homeless and then somebody comes. Sometimes we watch this in Nollywood and it forms our orientation or K-drama. I don't know which one you people are watching. Me, I don't have a particular, I don't have. Anyways, so my point is, focus on your focus. There are heavier qualities to look out for. So don't let looks or how rich this guy is to deceive you. Marry a man based on his patterns, not based on his potential. By his patterns, I mean his behavior, his character, his value system, his belief system, his lifestyle. Marry a man based on his behavior. Put this in the comment section. His behavior, his character, his values, his belief system, and his lifestyle. Those are his patterns. How does he react when he's angry? How does he treat people around him? How does he take in pain? How does he neutralize anger that someone caused him or offense? Does he lash out and then blow off the roof? Does he hit and then say, you're the one that made me to hit? Any man that raises his hand on you, that day should be the end of that relationship. He just marked the expiry date. Yes, I said it. I don't care how good he is. I don't care if he's a man of God. I don't care if he loves heaven and earth and love you. I don't care if he's promising that he will not lay his hand again. The day he lays his hand the first time should be the day you give him a sack later. Because that's a big, big red flag. It means that, look, every man is already has an element of a wife beater in him. But it takes formation, programming to bring it out or to keep it dead forever. You know how viruses stay dormant, inactive, until they see a favorable environment to show up. So you need to keep that environment unfavorable. The man needs to be sure that based on where he found himself, based on the things he do, he can never be found in a place where he will have to hit a woman. Are you getting what I'm saying? You cannot. Let's continue. So those are patterns. Then for promises is you have things like your wealth, your physical looks, your cars, your status, your firm, your businesses, the things that make you who you are and all that. Those are not the main things to look out for. Those are not the main things to look out for. You need to look out for the real deals, the main things that will form who he is becoming. Those are the things to look out for. Number 3, never compromise on your values. Samson went to a prostitute as a chosen one of God, son of God. Do you know that Samson can stand in as a pastor today in today's world? He should actually be a pastor, a prophet, or a priest. And yes, I know that some pastors still do worse things that Samson did, but they can do it in the secret place. Nobody will know it. I'm talking about whether you do it in the secret place or not. Is God in the secret place? Do you think that God is in that secret place? So it doesn't matter if you are doing it in the secret place or not. God is watching everywhere. So Samson brought himself to a place where he is dating a prostitute. Imagine that. What will happen to being unequally yoked with unbelievers? Uncle Samson, what happened? You did not hear that part. It was not revealed to you. There was a blueprint of how Samson is supposed to grow. There was a blueprint for how his life would have gone. But Samson missed it along the way. He was getting it at the beginning, but he got carried away. Don't ever think that the call of God upon your life can never be reversed, or that the gifts God has given to you can never be taken away and given to somebody else. It can be made inactive. You'll still be wearing the crown like Saul was wearing, but the anointing is gone. The Spirit of God has left you. It's not the evil spirit that is on you. And you'll still be raising shoulder like Makwandi Ayo. And if you're not able, get an emo friend. Raising your shoulder. I have power. I'm beautiful. It is not about you. Samson did not have any control. He was just, oh my goodness. Samson was just one hell of a human. Like, how could you be so loose? So loose. You couldn't control yourself. You couldn't control your appetite. You had low self-control. It was so low, that the battery was red. Battery was literally red. He stepped out of line because he had no self-control over his desires. He just desired something and started going for it. Once my eyes want, I behold, I go for it. It's an error to be with someone who makes you keep pushing your values and principles down the drain. Today they'll tell you, oh, don't worry, there's nothing, just drink small now, it's not a big deal. Tomorrow they tell you, wear this clothes looks better, don't wear that one, it should look sexy for me. The next day you say, this your celebrator, hey, please leave that your after wedding. I need to test, I need to know if you are going to be good in bed. And they're using their fish mouth to say it. They're smelly fish, rotten fish mouth to say it, and you are listening to them. You're paying attention. You are really paying attention to those things they are saying. Aren't they ashamed? So you can't allow someone to, your values must be constant. It doesn't matter who you are dealing with. Your values need to be constant. Every other thing can change, but you see your values and your principles, they must be constant, because they are the things that will build a lasting marriage for you. If you keep pushing the boundaries, keep pushing the lines, and allow someone to make you do things that you would ordinarily not want to do, when it gets to marriage, you will start regretting it, because they have diminished you to literally nothing. They've turned it to almost nothing. Now, because your values are more important than your feelings or emotions, you need to hold them tight. Hold on to them. No matter how you're feeling. You tell us your feelings. Hey, shh. Do you know that even when you're married, you can still have feelings for somebody else? Hey, you're shocked. You can. You think just because you are married, all your feelings have been killed. You still see fine men now. You still fine bobos. If you're a woman, you still see. If you're a man, you still see fine girls, fine babes. I mean, and they will enter your eyes. But it is your values that will tell you, hey, face front, you are taken. This is not your own. So let me ask a question. If you bought chicken and you ate, you know all those Christmas time, they will buy chicken and you kill your own and kill it and cook in your house, right? But your neighbors still cooked their own. By the time your own finished, let's say your neighbor's own is still there, do you start saying, neighbor, please, or do you go and steal your neighbors? Let me not even say beg your neighbors, because that will change it. Will you go and steal your neighbor's chicken and eat because you are still feeling like you still perceive the smell of chicken and it's entering your nose and getting into your head? You are like, oh, I need to. Or do you tell yourself, focus, your own has finished, relax, you have your own? That's how it is. The next thing, number 4, never date without proper accountability. This comment section is becoming too quiet. Are you guys still here? Is it too hot? Is this class too hot? Let me know, because if it is, that means it is really entering. It is doing its work that it is supposed to do. Have you invited someone? Did you share this link in your status to invite the women in your life? Please share this link in your status. Share it for women to join. Ladies particularly, I want you to join this class, because you cannot be learning something and then the people around you are not learning the same thing that you're learning. It will backfire, because when the chips are down, you literally find yourself struggling, because the people around you has a great influence in your life. The people around you have great influence in your life. So don't make light of it or think it doesn't matter. It does matter. It's really ancient. Correct. So let's move on. Number 4, never date without proper accountability. You are not being accountable because you are weak. You are being accountable because you are wise and want to stay out of trouble. You know, some of you, your mentor will come and say, who are you dating now? Who are you talking to? You know, you'll be like, why should I be telling you the details of who is talking to me? Do you even think your mentor should ask you first? Like, confess and ask, who is that person that you're dating, or who is on your way? You should submit the person to your mentor by yourself. You should carry yourself and say, sir, this is who is coming my way and this is where we are. And then be guided. You cannot, it is a red flag to not have an accountability system in your life for anything at all. Before I do anything, I ask questions. No matter what I think I know. Of course, I don't even know much. I don't consider myself to have known much. I'm just still a growing young woman. So I have a long way to go, and I have tons and tons of mentors and counselors along the way that are guiding me and showing me what to do. I cannot wake up and start thinking that, oh, I've gotten it off a god. No. I need to know where I'm going to draw the line. What to do and what not to do. So, red flags must not be ignored by you when you are dating a person. That person that said, please, you ask them, who is your friend? I had a friend that, funny enough, okay, so she was going to marry this guy, and the guy was telling her, I don't have any friend though. In fact, when I marry you, you'll be my only friend. I don't go out, I don't watch football. Should I say that men that don't watch football is a red flag? Anyways, A guy should actually have something that they like. Even though you say you don't want to be watching football, yes, but which sport? There has to be a sport that you enjoy as a man, even as a woman, but mostly men. Where do you pour your energy? Because men have a lot of energy more than women. So where do you pour it on? When you don't have friends, you think it's luxury. Anybody you're dating that doesn't have a friend is a red flag. Because why don't you have a friend? That means you are not friendly to become a friend to somebody. And I don't believe, oh, everybody is evil. No. It depends on the kind of association you bring yourself into. You should have friends, genuine, real friends that look out for you, that speak on your behalf, even when you're not there. So don't take some of these things granted, because it is also their friends. The friend of the person you're dating is part of the accountability system. It's part of the accountability system. It's part of the people that tell them, okay, this is how you should do this, or this is how you shouldn't do this. This thing you did is good, this thing you did is not good. All right? So don't date someone who does not have an accountability system. Dating is for marriage, not for recreation or fun purpose. It's not for recreational fun or fun purpose, like I mentioned earlier. It is a season of interview. Write it in capital letter in your book. Dating is a season of interview, not intercourse. Who heard that? Dating is a season of interview, not intercourse. It is a season where you will talk and get tired, where your mouth will start reaching here. Your mouth will start reaching here because of the things that you need to talk about. The things you need to talk about. Dating is not when to go and have intercourse with the person. If you are having intercourse with the person you are dating, you're already wrong. Dating is a season of having real conversation, real thought. Ask each other question. Nne, what are you doing with your life? Where is your life headed? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? The person needs to have an idea. Even if you don't have the full picture, they should have an idea. But in a situation where the person doesn't even know anything, doesn't even care, say when you're asking questions, run for your dear life. Carry your slippers, dust it. Also, because at the end of the day, if you enter with that person, that's getting all these things sorted out, that's how you will rush out, or you will remain miserable for the rest of your life. Because marriage is not for fun. Marriage is not for fun. Marriage is for fulfillment of purpose, fulfillment of destiny. For every family, God has an assignment for them. So it is going to start from that marriage. It will start from the marriage and then migrate to the family when the children come. So if there's no purpose for the marriage itself, how is there going to be a purpose for the family as a whole? And it starts from you having your individual purposes and your individual visions. You come together, have a common vision as a family. You are helping me fulfill mine. I'm helping you to fulfill yours. Together we become a team, a formidable team that cannot be broken. You must choose who to date and marry from your tribe. Because the person that you marry will determine if you will fulfill destiny or not. There is no good. Dating is a season of interview and not intercourse. Correct. That's it. You must know who you are going to marry. Because if you marry wrong, your destiny is at stake. I have seen it with my 2 eyes. I've seen people who got destroyed because they married the wrong person. Some died both physically, while some died spiritually. Some died in terms of purpose, because they are literally existing. There's nothing else they are doing. They are just there, existing, living every day as it comes. Nothing to their name, nothing to their calling, nothing. no fulfillment in any way. They're just existing simply because they chose the wrong person. So who are you choosing? I ask you today, who are you choosing? So when I talk about tribe, I mean people who are already sharing common values with you, not necessarily your tribe. You can decide, okay, I want to marry from a certain place. These are the things I'm looking for. However, beyond just the physical tribe is the internal tribe, the spiritual tribe. Do you think that now the conversation of Christian marrying Muslim come up again? And I say, no real believer will find love in a Muslim. It doesn't matter how good the person is. Do you think that Muslims joke like we Christians even joke? They are not a joking people. They take their time to plant the seed into their children even before they were born. So you think that you can just come because of love, few months of meeting, they will suddenly change. Oh, you're such a nice guy, and you're saying it with your mouth. Do you think that love is all you need to build a happy marriage? It is one of the ingredients, but it's not the only thing. So if you go into marriage with someone who is not of the same faith with you, who does not share values with you, who does not believe in the kind of belief that you have, you are on the wrong path, and it is a ticking bomb. Hey, you don't want to know about it. Samson ignored the red flag from Delilah. Oh, Samson, tell me where your strength is. Oh, Samson, this one. Oh, Samson. He kept disturbing Samson every day. The Bible said that when he was getting sick, he was literally getting, oh, I'm tired. Let me just tell her. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, you keep asking the same question. And Samson, I mean they use something tiny eye because if the bless say Samson, no really they think. What is Delilah really give Samson abeg? Because this one is not, it's not a British or Church English thing. I really needed to use pidgin to ask. Wetin they give Samson? Someone is asking one of the most dangerous questions that you should be like, hello, why will you ask me that? Why do you want to know? I open your mouth. If you tie me fresh wood, they have no dry, fresh cut. This one, if you lock my head with 7 braid, if you do this one, if you tie me like this, if you do me like that, and you thought that he was that strong, he was not going to last forever. He was going to miss it, because eventually you will leak the secret. That thing you didn't want to say, you are going to spill it. That's how some of us have put ourselves in a place where we shouldn't have put ourselves. You are with someone you had no business being with, and you start saying things that God revealed to you that should never. Do you know that the only person that should have known outside Samson's parents about the power of his where his strength lies should have been his wife? And it shouldn't come from the place of pressing him. It should be that, okay, at this stage of my relationship with you, having married you, I should let you know this is where my strength lies. Not so that you will use it against me, because now I trust that you mean well for me. Are you here, somebody? Is the fire catching you? Abi, you are feeling cold. You are feeling cold. Let me add some fire. And if you are feeling the fire, put it in the comment section. I want you to put it in the comment section. Put the fire emojis. I love it. I love it. So he ignored the red flags from Delilah and wasn't accountable to his parents. He didn't come back and say, Mama, you get this girl where they follow talk. You can't wash away she they ask me. I don't think that is okay. Do you think that is okay? Even if you don't know, ask questions. Ask. Samson did not ask. He just foolishly went on to spill it. That was the beginning of his end. The day he didn't start accounting himself to his parents. You must appreciate and value the accountability of a mentor in your life. If your mentor is asking you questions and you're feeling disturbed, what's she even saying? Asking me, why is she telling me to go and do this thing? Does she know that I'm busy? Does he know that this thing she's telling me to do, this thing he's telling me to do is hard? It's for your own good. The Bible says that if a person does not have someone who is chastising him, he is dead. It is the person that loved that is being chastised. So that accountability you're running from, please embrace it. Embrace it with your 2 hands. It is life. Absolute freedom is no freedom at all. You want to be free, you are an adult. You want to be free. Oshe, adult. Adult, Abi. You will be adult. That's how Samson lost his 2 eyes. Because he's an adult. His parents could not tell him what to do. And he has power. He has power. He's raising his shoulder pad. He's raising his hands like, do you know who I am? That's how he lost his 2 eyes and eventually died. So you cannot not have a mentor. If you are dating a man and your mentor is not aware, you are wrong. Capital letters. You are wrong. WRONG with exclamation mark 3. Why is your mentor not aware that you're dating somebody? What makes them your mentor? Okay, wait. You want to wait until the wedding card is out. Then you carry it. Oh, my mentor. You carry it and come and give them. Oshe, just deal yourself. If your mentor does not walk you through the journey from start to finish, they are not your mentor. And please, don't come to them like you're coming to seek their counsel. If you've already made a decision, if you want their input, you must be open to change your mind. Sometimes I tell my mentor something and she's like, yeah, we're gonna come back with another thing. This is in fact, in some things I'll just be like, oh, I know that she's going to reject this thing I'm coming to tell her. I'll just prepare my mind. Okay, if she tells me this, I'll just prepare. In fact, let me have plan B. Let me start preparing my mind. I'm going to change this thing. I'm going to do it again, or I'm going to do that. That's what your mentor is for. Your mentor should be able to rebuke you and you listen. Drag your ears. I know I drag some of you. So if I'm dragging you, it's out of love. If I'm not dragging you, I'm not your mentor. If I know they drag your ear, if I don't call you at all times and say, why, what is this thing I'm seeing? If you don't post some things and I say, take that post down, I'm not your mentor. If I can't say that to you, then I'm not your mentor. So, why you need a dating or marriage plan? Let's rush. Our time is fast spent. We've spent 1 hour and we have less than a minute to go. And I won't want to keep you beyond 1 hour. Should we do 1 hour 30 minutes? Are you guys ready for it? Okay, let's see. 1, to uphold your values and your principles. Your marriage and dating plan helps you to uphold your value system and your principles. 2, to stay in God's will for your life. I don't need to hammer too much on these things because we still have a long way to go. 3, to be strategically positioned to be found at the right time. You need to be found at the right time. So if you don't plan, and that's the core of what I do, I don't just want you to just come here and, be that person who is just anywhere and just at the mercy of, apologies for that, who is just at the mercy of when it happens. I want you to be well positioned. If you have a dating plan, you can be positioned well and tell yourself, I'm going to marry for this field. When I got married, it was a plan. I had a plan. And I'm not saying you have it all figured out or all together, but I'm saying there are steps you can take that will change some certain things for you. You can navigate your way around. So That's the essence of building a dating plan. And it's going to be your assignment at the end of this class. That's one of the things you're going to be doing to submit to my, as you usually do, to my email. The next thing is to avoid stepping out of line, because sometimes you step out of line, you will not even know. But if you have a dating plan, you will know that this thing is not part of the dating plan. I need to create my dating plan in so and so way, and these are the things that it will involve. So, what are you doing? What are you doing about your dating plan? The last is that it helps you to know what is obtainable, what is right, and what is allowed with you. There are things that should not be allowed with you. There are things people should not even say to you according to your dating plan. So, if you have that plan, it will help you to shape your mind to know the things that are obtainable for you and the things that are not. So you will not be feeling bad when things that does not belong to you doesn't come to you. Let's look at how to know you are dating right quickly. Then I will answer. I know you have questions that you sent to the group that I would love to answer. So by the end of this class, just hold on. I'm going to answer all the questions. All right? I'm going to answer all the questions. Number one way to know that you're dating right is that you have peace about the relationship. You have peace about the relationship. How do you know that you have peace about the relationship? It is only when that you know that you met this person in the right place, that is not the place that is not compromised. Because sometimes we meet people in a place that is compromised. We meet people in a place that you went to club. What are you doing in a club? And you met him and you want him to automatically. I'm not saying that bad. Everybody who goes to club are bad people in a sense, but for you, do you think that meeting a man in a club should be a way to meet the person you marry? Because that's what will come back to you when the chips are down. If you meet someone in a compromise, it's already the beginning of your trouble, because you start thinking of them in a different light, and they will also see you in a different light. Number two, you both have a mentor and are accountable to the mentor about your relationship. No secrets. Complete openness to the mentor. I have a mentee that before she accepted to date a guy, she had to bring the guy to me. So because of distance, we had to have a call, and I asked him certain questions and then all of that. And I drilled him before she accepted for him to date her. Just that's what a mentor is for. Not that you have already accepted, you have gone far. Your mentor is now suspecting and asking you, is something going on that I should know about. You're like, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, but that's not right. So you cannot date blindly or think that you have it all figured out, or you're an adult, right? You're an adult and can do whatever you like people are saying. Absolute freedom, like I said earlier, is a myth and a sign up for destruction. Do you know when you have absolute freedom? You'll be surprised when you're mad. Even in that state, for them to bring you back to normalcy, they will have to put restrictions to your freedom. They will chain you first, keep you down in a psychiatric hospital, start treating you before you get better, and you lose that total freedom again. So if you want absolute freedom, that means you are ready to become a mad person. This one have hit somebody. So if you don't want to be a mad person or someone that is insane, then you must embrace boundaries. You must embrace limitations, because they are what's going to keep you and sustain you in your life. Never be found in a place where you are not accountable. It is not a good thing for you. It is not a good thing for you. You must be accountable. Anyone who argues about submitting to an authority is a beast. They are not supposed to be marriable. You shouldn't marry them. If someone thinks that they know it all, they have no business with being accountable. Nobody should tell me what I want to do. Nobody should tell me what I should not do. Nobody should tell me what I should do. They are the wrong person for you. They have 3 heads, even though you can see one. And 3 heads is already a beast. They are the Alpha and Omega of their life. They are the God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit of their life. And that is the danger. Number 3 way to know that you're dating right is that your conversation come from the place of honesty and sincerity. When you talk to them, you see, you will notice how sincere they are. They will not tell you their date of birth today, and tomorrow it will change. Or you ask them how old are you, they say their age. Then you ask them what's their date of birth. Their date of birth will that be different based on calculation? Would that be different from their age? You're now wondering which one is actually true. Just like one of the girls I spoke about earlier that was being interviewed on how she did her BBL. When she was asked at what age did you do your BBL, she needed to think, but she was fast to say the amount she did it, of which she claimed initially that she had the money. So she did it because I have the money, right? It's my money. Eventually somebody sponsored it. She had a sponsor and she was the sponsoree, and she could easily remember the money. But when it was time to say at what age were you, it took her a long time to admit that it was at 19. And I'm like, wonderful. So you actually need to think about your age of when you did something. Are you 90 years and you can't remember? Oh girl, if you sense dishonesty in the person you are dating, then it's a call for concern. You should really drill them to be sure that they are not being dishonest with you. And there are ways to find out if the person is not being honest with you, which is why you need to have discernment as a woman. Discernment will help you know when someone is lying. You will know they are not being honest. You will also know. So ask God to give you the spirit of discernment. Number 4 is openness in the relationship. Sin thrives in secrecy. So if a person you are dating is not open about their lives, they don't share some things that they should share with you generally, then they are definitely hiding things from you. And it will be a matter of time before you know. And when you will know, it will not be disastrous, because at that time it's already looking too late. Number 5, there is progression in the stage of the relationship. So what that means is, okay, we started off so and so time. This is now where we are. We have gotten to a stage where beyond our mentors knowing, of course, which is the first thing, we now got to a place where we are now asking some personal questions to each other. We are now asking each other some personal questions, some family questions, family related questions and all of that. So we are progressing. You sense that we are progressing in this thing. At this stage, I cannot tell my sister or that I'm close to, or who should also, not just to tell them in terms of, just broadcasting. No, you are now telling them, I need your counsel to be sure that I'm also on the right path. So because you're now more confident about this relationship, you can now talk to more persons about it. But if there's no progression like that, you're just there. What are we doing? Let's just be going. When are we going to get? Let's just be going. No. When I was dating my husband, I knew when the relationship started progressing. We were speaking online. At a point, we said, okay, it's not time for us to see physically. No marriage in view, no relationship, no courtship in view. But we knew that it was time to see. So when we saw, we now took it a step further and said, okay, we need to get mentors involved. We need to know each other better. We need to know a lot more. That's how you know that the relationship is moving in the right direction. So every date must not end in marriage. You need to write this down. Every date must not end in marriage, but every date must set marriage as the goal even before it starts. It helps you know when to exit and when to step up. So what that means is, even when you're dating somebody, you should know, okay, we wanted to see if we'll marry. However, it's not going to work because of this and this, and then we'll split and go separate ways with pure understanding, right? So that's how to know that you're on the right path. And I hope this class has been worth it. Let me just take the few questions in the group, and let's see. Someone asked, some people believe marriage is not in their hands, but consciousness changes behavior. Okay, I have also mentioned it in this class that you may not necessarily bring the man, but the moment, because I knew from inception, from when I understood my assignments on earth, that I was supposed to get married early, right? So it was that consciousness that helped me in the things I was doing, the choices I made, the people I related with. I wasn't going about just being with every guy out there. I knew that marriage was in my mind. Not that I was desperate to get married, but I knew that I needed to position myself. I needed to learn. I started reading marriage books quite early. I didn't want to wait till I was old. What was that for? Preparation. So that consciousness change your behavior. You know that I can't just, this guy that is coming my way, as much as I would like you for a friend, I cannot deceive myself to say, oh, I'm going to marry him, because I know clearly that I'm not going to marry you. You are not in the league of people that I can marry. So I don't even bother myself with, oh, let's start dating and see how it goes. No. The consciousness helps you to know, okay, whenever I'm going to date somebody, it will be someone that I know I can marry, not someone that I'll just date for fun and then we go separate with nose. No, but it doesn't mean that you must also end the marriage. Some can end the marriage, some may not. If it doesn't end the marriage, it's a success, because now you know, okay, I can't marry this person. But if you marry, it's also a success. It's both ways. But when it is a failure, it's when you don't even have a plan at all. You're just going, they break your heart, you now start carrying your pieces heart and start looking for super glue to gum it together, and start looking for a mentor to go and cry and say, oh, they break my heart. Some heartbreaks are unnecessary. So this consciousness also helps you to avoid heartbreaks. Because no, I'm not ready to marry. I don't want to marry now. Or I'm not ready. Or I'm ready rather. So I'll start dating. Okay, so I hope this explains it. If you're watching, you ask this question, I hope that you'll be able to, you've understood what I said. Now, let me also look at the question here. Marriage should not be the goal of parenting. Marriage should not be the goal of parenting. Yes, you should. What that means is, I believe the person that asked the question is watching. What this question means is that, or what this statement means is that, you should not be raising your children just so that they will go and marry, but you should prepare them to marry at the right time, because marriage is important to you as a family. Is part of your strategies of doing whatever assignment or your vision as a family. It doesn't mean that you just throw in your children into marriage just because you feel, okay, they are now ready for marriage. So that's why it's important to understand this. I don't have any other question. And okay, question, no other question. So if you have a question, you can put it in the comment section and I'll just answer it before, based on what we've learned, based on our lesson. If you have a question on what I've taught before we close, because we may not have the opportunity to ask the question again, put it in the comment section. But if you're still thinking about it, you can put it in the group so that I can go back and continue. My children are already pressing my bell, but it is well with them. So if you have a question, put it in the comment section, so we'll answer it. But if you don't, I'm free to go. And we have 15 minutes, we are just 15 minutes going into the second hour, and I think we have done well. Has this class been worth it for you? Do you think this class was worth coming or spending your data for? Let me see put what you've learned in the comment section. Don't just learn. No. This is not a class to just learn. This is a class to actually live, because it's practicable. It is something that you can go and start saying. Just pick one thing that you're going to do today. And remember that I said that your assignment today is go and create your family dating. Go and create your personal dating plan. Further details will be given in the group, but for the purpose of announcement, this is your assignment. Go and create your dating plan. Put in the comment section what was the highlights for you, what stood out for you in the class. If you also have questions, you can go ahead and ask. But if you don't, that means we'll call it a day, and I'll be glad to be released so that I can also go and do other things. All right? Do you have questions? Do you have comments? Put the comments in the comment section. Put the question and let's see. Put the comments in the comment section. I can't see any question. Now, does that mean that we understood everything? Does that mean we understood everything? Okay. It means that we are good. We are good to go. We are good to go. So thank you everyone that joined this class, and I want you to go and practice what you have learned. Don't just learn and go. As you're learning, go and implement. Go and practice. Go and live it out. That is my greatest joy. All right, that would be my greatest joy, because what is the purpose of learning if there is no? What's the purpose of teaching if there is no learning taking place? You need to affirm that you have learned something by living out those things that I've learned. Just like a book. You read a book, you go and start living out the things you read in that book. If you just read a book and read it for reading's sake and then move to another book without picking one thing you're going, even if it's enough. It's really enough. So pick one thing you're going to do from class today. Just one thing. Oh, someone said this is the best class so far. Oh, thank you. And there are more. So, and this is me saying that if you consider these classes valuable to you and helpful, then think of what you will get if you get into a paid class. Because right now we are rounding up preparation to start off our 3 months mentorship class for women who have fear of marriage but desire marriage. So you are scared of marriage, you don't know. Of course, I'll share the details also in the group. There is a discount for people that are already in the community, but people outside are going to pay a different fee. So if you want to get in the path of settling down, not just to marry like every other person, but to marry a heavyweight. And marriage will not end your life, because you have equipped yourself. You know that I can't just be anyhow. I know so much to be anyhow. I'll share the details, and you get the further details, and the adverts will be coming on your way in no time. So look out for it. If you want to be in that class, just send me a message and I'll give you details. It's going to be intensive. This one and it's not, you can't see the link anywhere. This one is a public link now. You cannot see the link anywhere. It is only strictly for people that pay for the class. So if you do not pay for the class, you won't see it anywhere. It will not be shared anywhere. It's not like the Facebook Live I do. You can always watch the Facebook Live. It's okay. You can always watch the free YouTube Live. It's okay. But that one is only for people inside. And I will drill you so much. Get the best out of you. Position you. Get contact for you. And shoot you in the direction that you should go. You read books and you send me, we do review. It's not this one I said you read book and people were not serious. This one I will be very serious. And you get daily tips on marriage. You get masterclass more than once. It's not just one class on a monthly basis. And then weekly book reviews. It's a lot of things that you're going to get. You watch documentaries, you have conversation, you have Q&A, you ask questions, you ask me. So if that is something you need, or you know someone that needs it, share this class with them, let them watch that, tell them about it, so that we can take off from there. So if this has been impactful, Thank you for joining, and then let me see you share this link, or say I'm going to share this link. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, do that now. Do that now, because that's going to be one of the best channels you subscribe to. All right, we give values, nothing else but values in this channel, and trust me when I say so. More are yet to come. So I'm going to end this class here. This is me signing out and saying thank you for staying to the end of this class, and go home and practice, and let's come back in the next class with evidence of what we have achieved just from being in this class. All right, so thank you so much, and do have an amazing rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend as you step into a new week, and we'll see you again in the coming months, hopefully by God's grace, in our next class. Bye everyone.